All right. Good morning, everybody out here in YouTube land. We're doing real good. The Matrix Carbon Foundation is doing real good. Thought about starting another channel just in that name, so might look for it or whatever. Um, just to if this actually kicks off in any way is what not today, but if it kicks off, I was thinking about it. Um, just to keep people up to date better is what I'm trying to get at. Been touching or reaching out to manufacturers of the drill rigs that are required to do what we need to do, and through the material that we got to go through. This is not like granite, even though granite is like super hard. Basalt is like super abrasive, and it's like the slurry that comes back out, it just like liquid sandpaper. It eats everything up if you don't take the needed requirements to deal with the slurry, like centrifuge, the to spin the basalt out of the cutting fluid, different things like that, in high enough volumes for the recirculation, so you're not just eating up pumps and seals and jazz. Uh, these machines are not cheap, and so I'm thankful for the people that are taking their time to deal with me because I'm new, I'm not established, and I don't even got money in my hand yet. So, and when you're talking a multi-million-dollar drill rig, nobody wants to really deal with you. They want you to deal with the used car salesman to pass their old crap off again on somebody. But the reality is, once these rigs have um, like even drilled a half dozen holes, a dozen holes, they're pretty sloppy. They're pretty wore out for doing what we're going to do with them. Like I said, this is just pure abrasive that they're going through. There's nothing kind about this material. And it would be a separate truck that would go ahead of them and actually go through the easier of the material, and it would set up the casing, and it would wear out a bit. It would go as deep as it could go into the basalt with the bit that it had on it, set the casing and regrout it with like a latex based grout, acid resistant grout. But just burn the bit up because that's what you're going to do. And you could get big land based drill rigs that go for oil, but that's the idea. They don't drill through basalt to find oil. Basalt is horrid. They drill through, granite, other rocks, limestone, whatever the structure is, but it's not basalt. So keep that in mind that some of these prices look jaw-droppingly high, but the injection site for the Pacific Northwest looked about to be about 190 million. Yeah. I've heard it all before. It does not affect the price of the compression in the carbon, the activated carbon things. Those are still the same. We did work on a deal because they require a ceramic filter that is eye-wateringly expensive. But they're eye-wateringly expensive because in transportation they break, and if they break, they cost more to transport. It's that kind of deal. So but to get a dedicated, full top notch, and we priced it out for a commercial ceramic lab thing, it would be about $500,000 less, but in that by the time you containerize it or make it modular, $500,000. Um, and for like these pulp mills, because that would be our first victim, pulp mills, distilleries, stuff like that, where they would have a clean source, and they would have so many because they would be filling up 10 or more rail cars a day, not just two, um, or a lot more than 10 actually. But for every one of these modules, they're scaled to do two rail cars per module, and each one has that ceramic slab option. And even if you bought two, or let's say three to be safe, three of these modules, that extra 500,000 would make it a continuous kiln instead of a modular batch kiln. three modular batch kilns would be upgraded to a continuous kiln for like a pulp plant or a distillery or anybody who's big enough to use like three of these modules at one time. In the whole thing is that's a whole sub business because those filters are still just as expensive whether you're buying them or you're selling them. They're just high, and the people that use them are like refineries. This is a commercial way to deal with gas and to deal with petroleum products is what it is to filter them. It's called polishing in the petroleum world. But it would give a sub business to like if you're a co-op and you're buying this, that 500,000 would actually pay for itself. Is what I'm trying to get at, within short order of buying these filters. But the material involved, I think it's called kaolin. It's here from Colorado, and then the other ingredient would be the silicon carbide dust, and that makes the filter. And it's strong enough to do, and at a high enough temperature to deal with what the process. You can make filters cheaper other ways, but not to do this process. But those are about $2,500 per filter. It's eye-wateringly expensive, is what I was trying to say. But the material to make the filter is less than $200 total. That's labor, the material, all of it, $200. So it would definitely pay for itself, is what I'm trying to get at, as like a sub thing. But I don't know where else where I was going to go with all that. Got a new equipment guy calling me today. Going to set up a meeting here in a little bit, and I am thankful to talk to the new people. Do I have the money to like put massive down? Nope. Still looking for money. Still got my hand out. I have the idea. Am I looking for like capitalism investment? No, I'm not looking for banks. No interest. No nothing like that. If you don't have the money up ahead of time and this ain't your business, then just stay home. I'm not looking for any of that. Is there going to be a return on it? Oh yeah, there'd be a massive return in the end. But I'm not dealing with that. I'd rather deal with an investor, a carbon investor like Frontier, Google, Meta, whoever, anybody, but the bank billionaire bullshit end of this. I'm just not into that. But if you are a billionaire into this and you want to save the planet, hey, knock me back about 190 million and let's go save the planet. The foundation that's how we keep drilling, is by the amount of liquid CO2 that we put back in the hole. That money is ours, and that's what we fund the progression of the drill sites with. So is there a big check to be cut to a billionaire investor? No, that's what I'm trying to get at. So if you just want to save the terrarium and you got money, hit me up. If you're just looking for a return on your money, then I can't really help you. I'll go with Frontier or somebody like that instead. But other than that, I don't got really a lot more, y'all. And this is just a short bump up, is what it was. But it is progressing. We're moving forward, and we got our game plan together, is what I'm trying to get at. So it sounds pretty good. And just FYI, if you're one of them investors, I am paralyzed in a wheelchair. Que sera. If that's a deal breaker, just so you know up front, don't even worry about it, because that's where it's at. In any investor, I'm asking a lot, because they got to overlook the fact that I'm a cripple in a thing. I have the idea we can together, they got the money, together we can save the terrarium, This would be a multi-gigaton site for sequestering in its final capacity. Not in the beginning pilot, but in its final capacity. It would be big. Other than that, don't know nothing, y'all. We're going to leave it here, cut it off short. All right, talk to you then. Bye.